Well, Tulsa isn't necessarily the first place that comes to mind when you think of the civil rights movement, but 60 years ago today, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke at First Baptist Church in Greenwood. Our very own Vincent Hill spoke to one North Tulsa woman who lived that part of history. Take a look.
Corrine Barnett was in her 20s this day 60 years ago.
Separate, but equal.
Growing up in the height of the civil rights movement. She remembers Thursday, July 28, 1960, like it was yesterday.
We anticipated all day long of coming here seeing him.
After working all day, she went home to get her daughters.
They probably didn't want to come, and they was made to come, but I doubt if they wanted to come.
First Baptist Church was packed.
And me and my daughters went and sit in the balcony.
1,500 people listening as Martin Luther King Jr. spoke about voting in the presidential election. For Corrine, it was the first time she ever saw Dr. King's face. She had only heard him on the radio.
It was fascinating. I don't know. I know exactly how to explain it. Just more interested in seeing the man than you was hearing his message.
Corrine now gets her spiritual message from Pastor Anthony Scott. He's been the senior pastor of First Baptist Church for 12 years.
Obviously, it's one of the most significant moments in the history and life of our church.
Dr. King stood in his office.
To know that this was a church and I would be preaching from a pulpit where he stood was a very humbling experience.
Pastor Scott says Dr. King's job is not done yet.
With the recent social unrest, he would probably be hopefully optimistic that there's still work to do. And there are young leaders who are motivated to continue on that work.
Corrine agrees and says the man she met 60 years ago would not be content.
No, he wouldn't be pleased. He would think we had advanced farther than what we have.
In Tulsa, Vincent Hill, 2 Works for You.